Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am now assembling this vacuum tube amplifier. I've done something already. I have installed the diodes already. Diodes. The four small capacitors. I have soldered already the four transistors. Of course, with the proper orientation. I've been assembling so many kits already, so I am familiar with this one. Okay. Right now, I am installing these electrolytic capacitors. And I got the four electrolytic capacitors here. Two. These are the terminals. Okay. Of course, we should follow the proper polarity because if you don't follow the proper polarity, the the capacitor will explode if you inject a DC voltage. So this one now is installed. This is installed. So I will be installing these two here. So what will I do, guys? I will try to put the soldering face on the terminals. Okay. And could you see my soldering gun? Oh, this is the soldering gun. Okay. It's heated already. Okay. Sat. So before I will solder, I will try to clean the tip. Okay. I'll try to put this on the helping hand. Could you see it, guys? Okay. Then I'll try to solder this one. Okay. Oh, it seems we are a surgical doctor over here. Okay. I finish one terminal. I finish another terminal. Okay, I will try to do like this. So, okay. Okay, I finish another terminal. And I finish another one. Then again, I will try to clean this one. I'll put it back on. Then I'll try to inspect this one if this solder is good. It's these two capacitors are done. Okay. So I will try to cut the terminals. Okay. I don't want to mess with this wire here. Okay. Okay. So I'm done with these two here. So I got three more. The one with the stripe is negative. it follows the negative thing on the board. Okay? That's the proper polarity. The one with the stripe goes with the stripe on the board. And the other one here, this is a negative terminal. This will coincide with the one with the stripe on the board. Okay? So we follow the proper polarity, then we'll try to fix this one. We bend it a little bit, bend it a little bit, bend it a little bit. Okay, then we'll try to place this one on the helping hand. Okay, could you see it, guys? So this is a very painstaking job. If you do not know the part, you do not know how to follow the proper polarity because you don't have experience, it will be very dangerous. But for me, I've been doing this one because I've got an electronic shop in Carson 10 years ago. So actually, I know hands-on assembly. I know hands-on troubleshooting. So for me, assembly is just an easy thing, okay? Because I am familiar with the proper polarities of parts, that's very important thing. Like a diode, you should know where is the anode and cathode, so when you try to place it on the board, okay, the proper polarity will be followed. If you miss the polarity, that diode might explode. Again, before I will solder these two electrolytic capacitors, I put the soldering phase. Okay. This is an injection style soldering phase. I'll try to push this one. The soldering phase will come out, and I will pinpoint that one to the terminal in which I will be soldering. Again, I will be soldering this one. I'll bring out my soldering gun. Okay, I'll clean the tip. The tip is hot. Okay, it is set at 360 degrees. Then I will get my solder. Then I'll try to hit the terminals. Okay, I will go with terminal number 1. Okay, terminal number 1 is soldered already. That's terminal number 2. I'll go with terminal number 3. Terminal number 3 is that. I'll go with terminal number 4. Terminal number 4 is done. Okay, then I'll try to inspect. I'm using my reading glass, so actually it should be something like this. You try to use your microscope, okay, magnifying glass, and you try to see if the solder is really very good or bad. Then again, I'll try to cut the terminals. Okay. Okay. I don't want to mess with this one because if you try to step on this one, okay, you will get hurt. So actually, this is full of cut terminals already. Okay. One more. I got one more electrolytic. Okay. This is the negative terminal with with the stripe. The black thing is plus, and the negative terminal should follow the terminal on the board with the what you call this dotted lines. Okay. So this will be the last electrolytic capacitor that I'll be installing. Then I'll try to flip this one. Okay. Then I try to place this one on the board. Okay. I put a soldering face. On the terminals. Okay. Then I'll bring out my soldering gun. My soldering gun is hot. Okay. See it, guys? It's hot. It is set at 360 degrees. Then I'll try to solder the two terminals. Okay. Then I'll put my soldering gun to my... Okay. Then again, I'll try to magnify if the, what do you call this, the solder connection is good or bad. Okay. It's good. So this is almost done, you know. The critical things, the one with the proper polarity is installed already. The transistors, the diodes, where are the diodes? Where's it? The diode is here. Got 4 diodes here. Actually, I got 5 because I got one more here. Those are very sensitive one because we must have to install with the proper polarity. The electrolytic capacitor is all very sensitive. You must have to follow the proper polarity. The small capacitors, there's no problem here. We can install this one backwards. Small capacitors don't follow polarity, got no polarity. Okay? But for electrolytic, it's a must that we should follow the plus and minus polarity. And so with the orientation of the transistors. The orientation of the transistors. The flat side of the transistor should coincide with the flat side of the figure on the circuit board. Okay? The flat side. It should follow. Okay? So I will give you one more thing to install. I will be installing one transistor. Resistor is just very easy to install. Okay, because to install a transistor, you should know the value. Yeah. Right? We don't have a schematic here because if you are a novice here, if you are just a new one, you could not assemble this one. Since I am not a novice, I am a professional doer of something like electronic kit. I am familiar already without the schematic. I just follow the diagram on the board. I could follow it. For a resistor, the number one you will do is try to measure the value of the resistor by using your multitester. Okay, this is set on the ohm range. Okay, the value here is 0.997 K. K is multiplier 1000. 0.997 times 1000 is actually 997. So the value of this resistor here is actually 1K, 1000 ohms. And how could we install this 1000 ohms here? We know that this is 1000 ohms. So you'll just go to the board, okay, then look for a value with the 1000. It should be 1K. The value of the resistor that we will be installing is 1K. So I got 1K here. It's in here. Okay, I got 1K. So I'll be bending this one. Then I will insert this resistor on the part with the marking 1K. And this 1K here is this one here. So actually I could install this one without any schematic diagram. I'll just follow the one. Okay, so that's the hole for the 1K. Okay, that's 1K. So I'll hold this one here. Then the terminal goes back at the back. So this is the terminal of the 1K resistor. How do we know that this location here is 1K? It was marked on the board. And how do we know that the value is correct? We use the tester to measure the value. So we insert the value 1K on the marking on the board with the mark 1K. Okay, it is just something like that. So for every resistor that you will be installing, you measure the resistance, then try to go to the board and see the marking that corresponds to the one you measured on your multitester. And again, I'll just show you one value of a resistor to be installed. Then I will place the soldering face on the terminal. I will be soldering. Okay. Then I will bring out my soldering gun. My soldering gun is hot. Right? It's hot. So I will be soldering the two terminals of the 1K. Okay? Okay. So I heated first the terminal, then I put a solder on top of the hot connection. Okay. So the 1K resistor is actually installed. Where is it? It was here. Okay. This is the component side. The solder side is this one, and I have soldered already. Then again, I will try to cut the terminal so it looks nice. Then I don't want to mess with this one because if you step on this one, you'll get hurt. Okay, that's it. So the only thing remaining that I will be installing this one here are the resistors. It's easy. You measure the resistance, then try to look for the corresponding figure on the circuit board that corresponds to the measured value. Okay, you solder it, then take another resistor, measure the value. Again, you put it on the circuit board, then you solder, then and so with the other resistors till you are done. So the other things that I will be installing are actually the terminals of the vacuum tube. Later on, I will just show you the finished product, because these are the terminals of the vacuum tube. It corresponds to this one here and this one. But to just simplify my video showing now, that's the way how we install, okay, or assemble a kit, okay, without any circuit diagram. You just follow the what you call these markings on the circuit board, but at least you know the proper polarity of the different components that you should be installing. Like a diode, you should know where is the anode and the cathode. For a transistor, the orientation should always be that the flat side corresponds with the flat side on the diagram. There is a flat side on the diagram here, so if you try to install the transistor, the flat side of the physical transistor should correspond to the flat side on the board. Okay? That will be the proper orientation. For electrolytic, it's very critical also, because if you try to interchange the plus and minus, as soon as you power it up, that electrolytic will explode. So better yet, you should know how to orient electrolytic if you are trying to do a do-it-yourself kit. Okay? For me, I've got so many experience already, so I know all these things. So later on, I will show you the finished product, and this is the way how we assembled an electronic kit. Okay? You should be familiar with your multi-tester. You should be familiar with your parts. You should know how to install a transistor, a diode, an electrolytic capacitor. Okay? For this vacuum tube here, there's no problem because there is a, what you call this, a gap over here, and this gap here corresponds to this gap here. So you will not be installing this one backwards. Okay? Just use your eyes. Okay? That's it, guys. As soon as I will finish this one, I will show you the finished product. Good morning from, or good afternoon from Los Angeles. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. This is almost done. Okay?